Hey babies, what's up my darling MVPs and how are you all doing? Welcome back to Sale with Mimiciously Mimi where you get the gist. I see they do waiting. I see they hurt. Of course you know there's no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze you do, but you lose. Are you here to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see the hearts. Guys, it is actually an interesting day in Biggie's house. I'm not going to lie. Like, there is mixed emotions. Meanwhile, it is actually full of mixed emotions for our very own Papa Ghost. He is really going through a lot. Like, if you know Papa Ghost, and you're seeing him today, you would know this is not the Papa Ghost we used to know, and you all know why, right? Anyways, let's watch the housemates share their feelings to Big Brother in their diary session. So this diary session, we're gonna be discussing Mumi, Lima, young Papy, Z, and Papa Ghost. So watch this video till the very end so you don't miss any of the gist at all. Starting from Mpumi, with joy in her heart, was just over the moon going into the diary room because, yes, Mpumi mom already visited the house. So she's filled with joy. So she got to the diary room. She was hyping Biggie. She was thanking Biggie, for pulling out those wonderful stones on them. And then Biggie asked how she feels. She feels so elated. She feels so glad to see the mom, especially when the mom said that she should remember from where they are coming from, and in her mind she'd be like, yes, she knows that she's on TV where they've got to see a major part of her, even some of the things they do not know about her, but yet it's so sweet to see that your family still got your back despite some of the things you did on TV that you were not proud of, so she feels so happy. And she said the mom said she should shoot on, that she should shoot on, and that is her word, the word for her all through her stay in the house and even outside of the house, that she is that girl and she would continue shooting on and she is not ever gonna give up. And then she was asked about the head of house game that happened. She said yes, that's the previous time she was there, and she was happy she was there with Lima, that at least herself and Lima tend to have a one-on-one conversation, just to understand each other better. Though it was on Sunday that they fully had the chance, to have that conversation, but at least it was worth it. So, and then she spoke about how it all happened with Lerato Modise yesterday, So she said, being up, that she was okay. She also said something about the house. She said for the very first time, it feels brand new in the house, that she feels like she's just new, that it's just when she walked in from that door, when the blood was still fresh, everybody was not having any beef or anything, that in as much as this is a competition for them all, but at this point, it's looking like a healthy competition, like there is no rivalry, because why? Family came in with their pure love. And then she spoke about Lerato Modise leaving, not seeing that coming, spoke about Papa Ghost head of house leadership. Like she said, according to her, that even when Papa Ghost was not the head of house, he actually carried out his leadership skill, while others were still head of house. So he is a born leader, but at this point he's still going through mixed emotions, okay, which she believed that he would definitely come out of it. After Mpumi was young Papy. Young Papy was asked by Biggie about the happenings in the house, the feelings in the house, and young Papy started narrating how it all happened. That first off, he was sleeping when they told them to freeze for the first time, that he do not even know because he was sleeping. But at a point, he noticed that the house was so calm and cozy, and he was wondering why the housemates were quiet. As he was wondering, next thing Big Brother told them to unfreeze, and then he was like, oh, next thing he started hearing that Willie's mom came, and then that of what's her name, Pumi's mom coming to the house. That this one, he was sitting opposite Mpumi, and then seeing Mpumi's mom getting to experience it himself, because Willie's mom, he did not get to see it. Seeing Mpumi's mom talking to Mpumi actually got him emotional, that he is this person that is as hard as rock. Like, he feels he doesn't have a soft part like that, but this house has actually revealed to him that he also has a soft part in him, that he almost got teary while Mpumi's mom was talking to Mpumi, that the house is just kind of emotional, and happy at the same time. So Biggie asked him about the dagger that Els threw at him, and he spoke about the dagger and said that it is actually difficult for him because the one he puts in his mouth is actually giving him headache, and then he thinks wearing that glass make him look like fish. So he spoke about Lerato Modise leaving. He said all his life he has been thinking that he doesn't want to pick the red ball because he's somebody that has gone into gambling and it never favors him. That anything that has red in it, is actually has something controversial about it. There is something about the red color, and actually that is actually my favorite color, guys. That is my favorite color. So he said he doesn't want to pick the red ball, in as much as other people really wish to pick the red ball, but him was one person that never wanted to pick the red ball at all. So he was so happy that he picked the blue ball, that it was so surprising to see Lerato Modise leave the house. And then he said for Els throwing the dagger at him, that he understand because he's this kind of person that apply these techniques that bring your enemy closer, that he has been close with Els all the week, not for Els to go outside maybe to watch nominations, and he did nominate him, that it is very okay to make Els feel that way, the way she feel, because even if it's anybody, you definitely feel like you're cool with this person, so why did this person nominate you? So after his diary sessions with Biggie called him soft shrug. He smiled, giggled out of the head of house room, and he was just smiling, and Lima was asking, what is it, young boy? He said, oh, Biggie is so sweet, all of that. Mpumi came out smiling, young Papy came out smiling, and then Lima was like, how I wish Biggie would call me, and Viola, Biggie called her. So when she got to the diary room, Lima was kind of emotional actually, though her parents or family member is yet to come to the house, but she spoke to Biggie on how it feels, Willie mom coming, said hi to them, spoke to Willie, and she was like, yo, so this is Willie's mom. And then she said for Mpumi's mom that she actually did cry because she tends to understand Mpumi. I'm like, wow, interesting. She said she resonates with Mpumi and her story. So it actually got her emotional seeing Mpumi's mom coming to the house, and then Mpumi's mom speaking like Mpumi, that Mpumi's mom looked like Mpumi, like it's just exact replica of Mpumi. So while she was talking to the child, that she felt so emotional, that in this house where everybody is actually fighting and gunning for the money, like this is the first time people actually saw real love as in coming from the family. So while she was saying all of this, she got emotional in the diary room, and then she started tearing up, So after cleaning her eyes, she spoke about wanting the red ball, and really praying for it, And then she also spoke about not happy with Mark Jr. and Sinaye when she was participating on the head of house game. They did not even direct him on how to place her block very well. Then her block fell off without them trying to direct her, that she felt so bad because those are the only people she thinks she have in the house, And then she said she's not a sore loser, that when she lose something, she's always feeling that, okay, maybe it is not for her. But this particular one really got to her, because she already built her block up and the thing fell off, And then she spoke on how she was so surprised to see whatever happened to Papa Ghost, and how Papa Ghost has been moody, that this week is Papa Ghost's birthday week, and then they were lucky to have the head of house room, and she was already happy for Papa Ghost and Lerato Modise that at least they are going to enjoy this week, not for Lerato Modise to leave, that she hope Papa Ghost comes out of this very soon, because she thinks it is actually affecting him at this point. So after Liema was the Papa Ghost himself. Papa Ghost in his diary session was not really feeling himself. Like I told you all, he has not been himself. So Biggie asked him how he is doing. He said he's just having loads of mixed emotion, most especially seeing that somebody you were with, just left the next minute without you having a proper calling. Like he said that people that are up, at least you have weeks, few days or in the week to call, talk to each other, so that when you say goodbye, you prepared for it. But this one was so unprepared. Like he was with Lerato like this, the next minute she's going home, and then he was thinking that even if worse come to worse, when Lerato went to the faith room, the worst that can happen was a mild punishment, not knowing that it is something else. So it's really hurting and disheartening that he's really feeling it at this point. But at the same time, the sister came. It did brighten him a little, and then Big Brother asked him, did your sister drop any parting words for you? And then he said yes, that at least she reminded me that I came to this game alone, and then I should play it alone. That in as much as Lerato has gone, I should be myself. At a point, he even forgot where the sister told him about being nice to the ladies, but that was the last thing he remembered, and he spoke about it. And he said he is not a mean person, that if only you come for him, that is when he would react or something, that he is not a mean person to the ladies. So he did not see that part of him. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, really, Ghost? Really? Anyways, in any which way, Biggie, in one way or the other, tried to cheer him up by telling him that in as much as he has the challenges in the house, that as the head of house this week, he needed to try to actually make things happen. So after the conversation with Biggie, he left the diary room, and then the housemates that went next after Papa Ghost was Zintle. Zintle, with her beautiful self, spoke about how emotional the house is at this point. She said the house is kind of in mixed emotion but happy. The house is not, in a bad mood, that everybody is just so kind of emotional right now, because seeing other people's family means that your family member could come at any point, that they never saw this one happen. So it's kind of emotional in the house. And Biggie asked her about the head of house game that played out, and then she said she was also close this time around but could not win. That the part of the questions, that most of the questions, like 3 questions, was guessing, and then she guessed 3 right. The 3 questions she guessed right was all correct. That because she was being sincere, she do not know the answers, but just guessed, and it came out correct. And then that was how she had to fail that one. And then when it comes to the red ball, she really wished to have gotten the red ball. That her plan was to get the red ball, and whatever thing that comes out of it, she's just ready to go fight her fate over there and make sure she tries while doing so. Only for her to be surprised to see Lerato Modise leave. That obviously really explained the last one to them. And it was not something like this, that it was so surprising to see that the red ball at this point was for eviction, so that it really, really got them surprised. They never saw that, coming, and then she spoke about Papa Ghost, how he's feeling right now and his leadership skill. She feels like Papa Ghost is not doing anything at this point because he's still going through a lot, but as time goes on, that he's going to do something. And then Biggie asked her to describe Big Brother in terms of their major tags that they have this week. So she actually tried describing Biggie as a father figure, and all those Pepe and Maggie that she added in it, washing Biggie's head. Even Mumi tried describing Biggie too, because Biggie did ask some of them, not all of them, in their diary session. So that is how it is with Mumi to this very last Z in their diary sessions. For now, guys, I'll be dropping my voice here to see you guys later. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.